Well, my assessment is that there's no momentum, and yet again, this is another failure. I mean, we can analyze this. This is the government, if we backtrack now for a second, this was the government that was re-elected in 2019 when we were 17 days away from the then Brexit deadline with a program that said, elect me because I know what I'm doing and I can get it done. Well, they didn't get it done. They said they entered into a fairly flimsy New Year's Eve agreement that needs a lot of flesh to the bone. They said it would take 6 months, and here we are 6 months later, and it hasn't happened. So we've had 5 years since Brexit. We've had almost 3 years since the withdrawal agreement. We said at the time of the withdrawal agreement that the government had failed, that they had failed again in not obtaining a treaty, where the only British part that was in the EU that does not have a treaty, so that's a failure. We got a flimsy 8-page agreement instead of a 1,400-page treaty that the UK got. We were told it would take 6 months, and 6 months on, the negotiations haven't even started.
Does that worry you, given that there appeared to be a willingness on the Spanish government's part and obviously the UK government's part to sit with Gibraltar and reach some practical solutions?
Well, of course, practical solutions on the ground are welcome. But of course it worries me that there is still uncertainty, because uncertainty doesn't attract business to Gibraltar. We're now told that the EU mandate is going to emerge. And by the way, the mandate is going to contain things that you're not going to really like, because that's the warning that the Chief Minister gave yesterday. So all in all, of course, there is cause for concern because of the uncertainty, first of all, the economic and social uncertainty, and also the uncertainty going forward.
You've said that it's a failure on, I believe, Mr. Picardo's behalf, but given that the EU mandate hasn't yet materialised, he can hardly be blamed for that.
Well, I think the failures have been several, and I've said it before that we've had different opportunities. We've had opportunities of trying to clinch deals that were enduring. The enduring part of the withdrawal agreement gives benefits to cross-frontier workers or freedom of movement, but we didn't get enduring rights. That was an opportunity to do so. The memoranda of understanding are loaded towards Spain. Where are the benefits in the other direction? We gave a tax treaty. What did we get in exchange? Yes, of course, the EU mandate is not it's not the fault of the Gibraltar government that the EU mandate has not emerged, but it is certainly the case that it is not right for the Gibraltar government to build up this great narrative of its success since the Brexit referendum, when all we have seen is repeated failure. My concern is the lack of momentum, and secondly also the building up of expectations by the Chief Minister in painting this narrative of huge success, that he loses all objectivity and cannot then admit to the people of Gibraltar that this is another failure, and so that the government gets itself into a position where they start talking up a bad deal so as to avoid saying, actually, we failed.
Although he has said no deal is better than a bad deal.
Well, he has said that. But, we would say the tax treaty was a bad deal, and yet they talked it up for quite a long time. And it was only at the end, during part of the debate in Parliament, that they then said, well, it was the price of doing certain things.